Okay, we are live, and this is going to be a short live stream. It was this or making a video, and I really don't have time to make a video today, so I just wanted to uh, share some thoughts about things going on, interesting stuff, I would say, and I will do it in the form of a live stream, but I'll try to keep it short. Yeah. Eat your bugs. Bugs. Eat the bugs. That's what Klaus Schwab is saying. Um, now, recently, I think just a few days ago, our friends in the World Economic Forum, they published yet another article about how we should learn to accept and love different food sources. So that included, amongst other things, insects and lab-grown meat. And I will talk a little bit about the concept of eating insects. It's a disgusting concept, by the way, but I'll talk a little bit about it in this live stream here now. So um, the idea is that it is more environmentally friendly to eat insects than, for instance, a cow. Now, I would like to see some numbers on that, okay? I have yet not seen any numbers on that, so let's start there, okay? Let's start by seeing some real facts when everything is taken into account. Because what I think is happening here is that certain people are looking at an opportunity to make even more money and gain even more power. And a way to do that is to introduce a new product and, if possible, get rid of your competition's products, right? So I don't know. Maybe it is more environmentally friendly. Or I don't know, but I would like to see some numbers. All I'm hearing now is "eats the bugs," no, with a German accent. Sorry, eats the bugs. um, and I would like to see some data on the health aspect of that, because I've never seen anyone who knows what they're talking about arguing that it's healthier to eat insects than, for instance, a more traditional diet for humans consisting of meat, fish, vegetables. Now, what they might do is compare it with the way most people eat now, which is not healthy. Uh, Way too much carbs, and we know this. But is it healthier to eat crickets than beef? I have my doubts on that. But okay. Um, Now, I can tell you straight away, I am never going to eat insects. I have never eaten insects. I'm not going to. Unless I'm almost dead from starvation, like properly, almost clinically dead from starvation, I'm not going to eat insects. And you could say, well, why not? People have been eating insects in different cultures around the world since the dawn of time. In fact, when we were hunter-gatherers, we did use to we did catch insects and eat insects, so it's natural. Well, there are a lot of things that are natural, and there are some things you just have to say that, I'm not going to argue. It's not a it's just I'm not going to do it. That's just how it is. And you can say what you want. You can say it's a cultural thing and so on and so on. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to eat insects. um, Now, why? Let's put the environmental stuff away for a minute. Let's look at the why. Why are certain people pushing for this production of insects like crickets? And why are they doing that? Well, they want to earn money. I do not believe that people who go to climate conferences in private jets care about the environment. Maybe that's just me, but I don't believe in people like that. There are many ways to protect the environment, um, and we could get into that. There's been some very interesting work on how grazing animals are actually good for the environment, and the key word there is grazing. Grazing, and I'm referring to a book on my bookshelf here by Paul Hawken called Drawdown. But anyway, we need to follow the money on this one because it smells like a big scam. Smells like certain companies with a lot of power are going to, yet again, to use their influence in media to make people find it acceptable and to eat insects. In fact, they will make it so that if you eat insects, you care about the environment, you're a better person, and so on and so on and so on. Look at who is going into that business with as investors. Which companies are those? Do they own media companies as well? They probably do. Well, in fact, I know they do, but you can look into that, and they have the opportunity to use media, like old media, the dinosaur media, and also, of course, social media. They will use all social media platforms, including the alternative ones, to get their message out there. They did that with tobacco, um, and that's why you can see ads, where they say, like, the 9 out of 10 doctors recommended this brand of cigarettes and so on. And also they made actually famous people smoke their brand of cigarette. Now, I don't know if they actively made famous people addicted to cigarettes. I don't know, but at least we know that they pushed their brand onto them. And interestingly enough, and you can look into this if you like, and I won't get into it because it just creates a shit storm of trolls. But certain substances that people think should be legal now, there's a lot of money in that. Pfizer, do you like Pfizer? Pfizer, the company Pfizer, they have invested heavily in that. And do you think that they will just sit there and not use their influence on making people or giving attention to people who promote use of that shit? Sorry. You think so? No, no. Follow the money. Okay. And don't believe these people who, have their own world's biggest podcast and stuff like that being genuine. When that much money is involved, normally they are not. Please wake up. So we're going to see the same with insects. In fact, I think I'm seeing it already. They are pushing this into cooking shows on TV and so on and so on. And it's sad because we are witnessing a changing of the culture. And I like Western culture. I am part of Western culture. In fact, I am a contributor to Western culture as a novelist, and I like that way of life. I do not want society and my culture to change into something I can't even recognize, and that process is underway now. I don't like that. I don't want that. Now you could say, well, you're getting old and so on. Things are always changing. Well, maybe so. But I will do my best to resist. Well, I will resist 100%. There's no doubt about that. But I will also do my best to fight against that. And it's really not that much about crickets, insects. It's more about this intentional changing of Western culture. And I believe that we need to protect all these good and wonderful aspects, all these beautiful aspects of Western culture. And it's not racist to say that. It's just, it comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of understanding the value of what we have, because it didn't just happen. Our ancestors fought and died for what we have now, our freedoms and the way of life that we are enjoying. And eating insects, some would say, what's the big deal? Well, it is actually a big deal because it is part of this changing of our culture. And also, I think we're going to see a vast amount of exciting new diseases if people start eating insects on a daily basis. But let's keep that out of this discussion. Okay. As I said, I'm going to keep this short. I'm just going to get up to the super chats here. Agent Smith Meme, thank you for the donation. And you're saying that those who push for eating bugs will be at home eating iFillet steak washed down with 200 bottle of wine. Yeah, good point there. Garden prepping, good to see you. Let's see. Thank you, garden prepping. That's wonderful. Thanks a lot. And I'm not a vegan, but here's a crazy idea. Why don't we all start growing our own food? Now, we can't grow a cow, but you can grow. I was just out now planting the squash plants. We have them in a little nursery, and so it was time to plant them out. And yeah, so we will have squash, and we'll can now, what do you call it when you not jam, but yeah, we'll put them in cans, to preserve them. So we'll have squash, our homegrown squash, and tomatoes and stuff, and it's wonderful. We'll potatoes, a lot of vegetables. Not a big fan of vegetables, but I like those that we have grown ourselves. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It's not very difficult. Yes, you will make some mistakes. I have made all the mistakes, and I'm learning every day. But it's interesting. It's exciting. And why is that not promoted? I think I said so in a live stream just the other day. Why are they not, if they care so much about the environment, why are they not? And since we know that they have no problems handing out money to people, well, hand out some money that subsidies, that's the word, for people who grow their own food. Well, everyone should do that. Why don't they do that? Why do we see all this talk about bugs and stuff, when you could just grow some squash? To put it in that perspective, we know why, because there's no money for these big companies, these big corporations. If you grow your own food, is there. So, as always, follow the money. Follow the money. Yes, eggs, you can keep some chickens, and there's a lot we can all do. Hi there, Martina. Martina says, go back to local products, neighbor farmers, that's the future, and grow my vegetables too. Yes, yes. Homestead House says we promote it. That's awesome. And yes, I think this is about control. It's so obvious at this point. It's so obvious. It's like they are rolling out one thing after the other, and all these things are tools that can be and will be applied to gain control over the populations. So, for instance, if you are, yes, pressure cooker. We don't have a pressure cooker, but we, like when you make jam, yeah, I don't know what it's called in English. Yeah, I got off track there. But as I said, I'm going to keep this short. I just, it's like I've had enough of this nonsense. Whenever there are some crazy people, and this has crazy people eating bugs, it's promoted like, oh, it's so exciting and cool. No, it's not. It's disgusting. It's like something you would do if you have survived a car crash and you land in a jungle and you have to crawl with a broken leg out of the jungle for 2 weeks, and you survive on ants and and chewing on your belt. Like, you know, um, that's when you eat bugs. You shouldn't eat bugs. It's insane. Um, yeah. Eat a bugs. Yes. I need to get the accent right there. Um, yeah. So I have hopes that we will not see eating bugs become popularized. I have hopes, but what I fear is that they will start mixing it into stuff. You know, actually, in a way, if you drink some red colored sodas and red colored candies have this color made from insects, actually, some kind of lice, I think it is, that they live on some plants, cacti. Sorry, excuse my English there. Um, and I avoid that, actually. I look at the contents and no, I won't drink that. Is that called carginan? Okay. Yeah, you can get crazy food like a packet of crisps containing cricket. And I saw it at the pet store. You could buy treats for dogs that were made from crickets. I'm not going to give my dogs that. They will get steak. Thank you very much. We can afford some steak for our dogs and like dried liver and stuff like that. So yeah. Um, Oh, Kylie, I am sorry. I'm just going to finish now. But I will promise to do these live streams later in the day from now on. From now on. So, but I really have to go. Um, I appreciate that you had the time to come here and join. Um, so yeah, I know the timing isn't so good. Um, I know, but it's different time zones, you see. Okay. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.